Now recording.
I love that.
This is episode 1 of Redicularious. I am Blackbeard, and I am accompanied by my other presenter, Dread Pirate. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing fantastic, actually.
Scram! Whole lot of choppers on your ass.
That's a lot of choppers there. Again, is there wild, man.
So I want you to know I'm at lethal limits of caffeinated right now.
Yeah, I'm on a wild sugar high. I had like I have one of those milkshakes from McDonald's. Every once a week I'll get one, and it always sends me into like a crazy fit of sugar.
Into a crazy comatose, like lethal.
Opposite of comatose, active.
No. Like you're a sleeper cell. Like you as Dread Pirate disappear and you become the beast,
the Manchurian candidate. They've activated my phrase. I just
you become the Kraken.
It's really good God, no.
Okay, so this is what I had this morning. I had 2 cups of hold on. I gotta spit. I'm dipping right now like a disgusting fiend. So I had 2 cups of Death Wish black coffee. I went to jiu-jitsu. I rolled. I fucking exploded rolling. And then I got home. I asked Mrs. Blackbeard for 1 Nas. She's like, they didn't have singles. So she bought 8 of them. And now I'm fucking terrified because I have a very addictive personality. So I just had one. And now I'm dipping this Black Buffalo Blood Orange. Fucking fabulous. I do not condone dipping. Don't do it. It's disgusting. Except if you are going to do it, this isn't tobacco. This is tea leaves soaked in nicotine. And nicotine is a neurotropic or whatever it is. So I feel fucking...
a nootropic?
A neurotropic.
Something? I don't fucking know. Who knows?
I feel great. So you had a milkshake. Was that your little treat?
That was my treat and my meal of the day. As I explore my healthy.
Have you been doing OMAD as well?
I've been eating about once a day, but I've also been drinking probably more than OMAD. Right now talks about.
Well, you
probably
it's part of your culture. I mean, you are part of the fleet.
I don't talk about that.
Well, we've already talked about you, buddy.
It's the weekend. I know. I've heard the podcasts. I heard you fuckers talking shit about all kinds of stuff. And I've been listening. I've been listening in.
Oh my God! Did you see that we jumped to like almost 1,000 views on the previous, not the most recent pod, but the pod before that?
Dude, I have to start putting more comments in too. I have to make them crazy, like I've been doing. God.
Oh my God. So,
a lot of topics digging through for this podcast.
How about you start us off with our first topic, bud?
I want to talk about that Nairobi thing.
Please do.
Hilarious. It's been on my mind. It's just funny. This guy in Nairobi, somewhere in Africa. God, I wish they could show pictures on this shit. This guy, he goes into a Nairobi chess tournament for female. It's like a female chess tournament in Nairobi. I didn't even know they had that in Africa. Fucking insane. And he's like in full garb. You can't see his face, nothing.
Hold on. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a look. You posted this, right?
Oh yeah. The picture is there. It just it looks like a guy. It looks
like a man. I love the glasses.
Yeah,
are those sunglasses?
Like they're tinted glasses.
The Vans, the feet. Obviously, there's no fucking way a man wouldn't have feet that big. There's no women in Africa. It was Africa, right?
Yeah, it was Nairobi.
There's no fucking way.
Yeah, and this was in Nairobi's in Kenya. So this is a fucking dude, and he gets in, and they're like, "Oh, this female's really good," and they start getting suspicious when she started winning games. That's when they got suspicious.
He raised suspicion when he won 2 games.
Yeah, he started winning fucking chess games. Like, wow,
wait. Why is that? Why would that raise suspicion that you win 2 games in a row? Isn't the point?
Nairobi, Kenya? They're probably like, "There's no way a female could win this many games in a row."
Hey, they said it. We didn't say it.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was them. That was Africa speaking. Nothing against.
So what did they do? What was his punishment?
They expelled that dude. They expelled him. I thought they chop off a hand or something, but they just.
That's absolutely astounding. Oh my God. That guy looks incredibly tall. He's wearing the full hijab and everything, so he's in deep cover.
You imagine it? Just didn't say a word either. the whole time. It's like,
And
yes, I
hands though, wouldn't his hands give like man hands give him away?
just like scaly, fucking sunburnt hands, just reaching over to grab a rook. Like, oh
I
wow, that's
wonder. I wonder what type of like. I wonder what type of like life a female chess player in Nairobi lives. Like, is she like one of their intellectual greats? Does she not have to work? Like, I feel like her hands would be really like particularly immaculate, and his is probably charred and fucking like hard labor. You'd be able to tell instantly when you pick up a knight or some
if
shit.
he's playing chess a bunch too, and he's winning against like because these were champions, they were actual like women chess players, like good ones. This the guy was winning against them, so I don't know if he was like a chess player, like a professional himself or anything.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, probably. But anyway, it just reminds me of those old movies where it's like two people in like a overcoat.
Uh
Like,
huh.
one ticket to the rated R movie, please. And they're putting on like a voice. It's a kid's, but in
I
this case, it's
do.
just an African guy in like a full fucking hijab.
I do think. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. I do think that there's something interesting. There are studies that basically say like men and women's intelligence are about the same, but the distribution of that intelligence
On that bell
is
curve.
is on a bell curve. So basically, and I don't know enough. Like I'm not educated enough to have an opinion on this. This is just one study, and I'm sure there's multiple studies that like collaborate this idea. But men are incredibly stupid, like derp stupid, or they're incredibly intelligent, and there's not a lot of in between on men. And then females, like women, they have a tendency to be more average. So there's not a lot of really stupid females, and there's not like a lot of really super intellectual women either. They're just kind of more average, and I think that might have a lot to do with like evolution. And I want your opinion on that. Why do you think it is that way from like an evolutionary standpoint?
I don't know, man. It's more fun. It's more fun either being really stupid or really smart. There's my take on that.
I think it
I
has
think
to do with warfare. I think that
the
I
dumb
think
ones
that
just run off and get
if
smashed.
you're like, because traditionally men have more muscle mass, they have more size, they go to war, right? And I'm just completely riffing right now. I'm trying to get to the root cause of the causality of that. So you're
This is
stupid.
a great one to start the podcast on. Just talking about bell curves and intelligence. It's the perfect
Yeah,
way to begin.
100%, especially for Redicularious, right?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
So like if you're a fucking imbecile, you might have some berserker level strength, some Rain Man strength, right? And you have that Rain Man strength, you're gonna be able to find like ladies, and I think maybe we started as an average too, right? If you can't tell, me and Dread Pirate are both men, and so you basically start out, and then you just start conquering shit, and it basically anyone who has like half a brain is like, I'm not gonna fucking fight that battle. And anyone who's really intelligent is like, I'll fight the battle, but I'll fucking be like the captain of that shit.
Bring a gun.
Big brain,
To
big
a
brain.
fist
Well,
fight.
let's just flank them. Big brain was just like, let's just go around the enemy. So there,
Yeah, I guess
so there's
yeah,
that.
you do need a smart dude to kind of like, hey, what if we don't attack them up that hill and all get fucked up?
But
Oh yeah, you're right.
the mid tier dudes, I feel like they don't contribute to the battle in any way.
I call them brain cells, or what is it? Oh, that doesn't work. Damn. Like a manlet,
A manlet,
a brainlet. There it is. Yeah,
a
they're brainlet.
brainlet. So you
That's the
have
scientific term that I
your
use.
brainlets don't make it into the battle because they can't be coaxed or manipulated or persuaded to fight.
Oh
And
yeah, they can. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The brainlets can. The dumb ones. Oh yeah, it's easy.
well, I'm saying the mid tier. What do you call the mid tier guys?
Oh, just boring.
Yeah, boring guys don't typically end up
Boring
on the
dudes,
battlefield.
man. Like
They,
your average office worker taking calls. Super boring guys.
damn, 100% on God, for real, for real. The well, anyways, bud, what have you been up to?
I've been doing literally nothing except prepping for getting out of this shit.
I'm
Going
truly
to
excited
college,
for you. Looking
track.
forward to that. When you come to visit, I'd like to go skiing. I'd also like to go kayaking. And it's weird because Arizona is one of those states where you could do both without jeopardizing like the cold temperatures, and basically putting your body into like cardiac arrest or shock, but then you could go a little bit north and you could go skiing because it's cold enough and the snow machines still can pump out snow. Wild.
I'm excited for the kayaking, man. That's what I'm down for. The whole
I've
skiing thing, you can do that. I'll watch you. Now I'll probably do it with you, but you'll have to drag me there. Never done that before.
I've been noticing, like, I think I gotta tap more on like neck cranks because I've been like waking up with some severe neck pain, and it's like just because I can take it, because I feel like my pain tolerance isn't incredibly high, but it's high enough where like it's like, oh, I'm not gonna tap to that because you don't have the artery choke.
What
But
are
like,
you freaking letting him choke you out almost? Just straight up?
yeah, because I want to make sure it's real, and that's fucking unadvisable.
I want him to almost kill me before I tap.
And I think that basically tells you where I am on that bell curve of intelligence.
Christ, it's gonna go down if you keep losing fucking consciousness or some shit.
I have not lost consciousness, but I definitely feel like I've gotten close to losing consciousness.
Man.
Yeah, I just got back.
What
do you think about the iDubbbz controversy right now?
Oh, God. He's turned into a little baby boy.
Do you think he was always? Do you think he was always like that?
Yeah, he was always like a little, like a manlet, kind of like a little skinny twig dude. But he would always say what the fuck he wanted to say. He didn't hold his tongue or some shit. He was actually kind of edgy. Now he's just fucking totally whipped by Ono Yoko.
I don't. Yeah, 100%. Yoda Oko has him by the balls. Does that make him John Lennon in this situation?
Yeah, but worse. He doesn't.
He's the internet age John Lennon. Well. By the way, that's a great song. That's one of John Lennon's only good songs, in my opinion. Hot take.
Yeah, he's a good couple songs.
What do you think about the Beatles? Do you have any preference on the Beatles at all?
They're okay. They're overrated.
I think
they're overrated. It's just a bunch of dudes.
They're a boy band.
They're into a microphone.
They're a fucking boy band, bro. That's what they are.
Yeah, they created the first K-pop stands, except
they're beta edition boy band for sure.
Nasty.
They are the precursors to K-pop on God, 100%.
They're okay, but the iDubbbz thing, fucking and Sam Hyde, God, it's so funny.
Sam Hyde, he basically launched. Sam Hyde even said it himself, like, you basically just made me popular.
Yeah, iDubbbz really got him.
Sam Hyde fucked his career by making some spicy controversial takes.
Spicy shit on what's that show? Adult Swim. Spicy for Adult Swim. How the hell does that happen? How the fuck?
He truly pushed. I don't know whether to love or hate Sam Hyde, because sometimes he's like, well, first of all, I'm not condoning anything that Sam Hyde has said. All I'm talking about is, like, have you listened to his?
I'll condone it. All right now. Yes, everything he said is legit.
Okay, well, we'll leave. Please don't outline what you.
I love him. He's just like a fucking crazy stalker. I love Sam Hyde. Outside his door, it's like, hello.
He has some crazy takes on like if you're 30 years old and you haven't got your life together, you're not gonna be able to change your career plan. He's like, your life is fucked, and I'm like, that's such a doomer mentality.
You got 2 years.
He's definitely the poster child for the doomer generation, and I feel like a lot of young men find themselves to be doomer. Do you consider yourself a doomer or a gloomer or a boomer or a zoomer?
What the fuck? No, none of those. I don't do that dumb shit. I think it's all cringe. It's all cringy shit.
You don't like the
Oh, those the classifications. A zoomer or a boomer, or are you a fucking coomer? It's like it's all dumb. It's fucking dumb. I hate all of them. I guess I hang out with mostly fucking zoomers, if you want to get technical, just because of my job.
You feel like it keeps you young?
No, my body hurts. My body's in pain. It's not good.
Tell me about your spinal cord right now.
Oh, I don't want to talk about my spine.
How are your knees?
My knees are fine. They make a funny, crickly, crackling sound when I wake up.
How long did it take you to feel your knees after basic?
My knees? Oh,
Yeah.
it was only after. It was like a year and a half. Oh! You're talking about when I felt them?
Yeah, when you could feel them
That
again.
was about 6 months because that really fucked my shit up.
Do you feel like you potentially had like
Honestly, liked that better.
minute nerve damage?
I liked that I couldn't feel them that much. It was very nice. I liked that. Though I was doing supposed enormous damage to them, untold damage without knowing, which is fine because I
Do you
didn't know
think
it.
it's worth the financial gain?
What financial gain?
Well, you could potentially get like VA bills.
Yeah, it's not bad. My voice is a little messed up for yelling at people. Sorry. No,
Understandable.
yeah, finance is good. I get a fucking free, house and shit. I'm sitting here talking. I'm financially stable as hell. That's always good. You're very stable. I'll say super stable. Probably the most
I do
stable
think it's
job.
a life hack. I do think though, if you could potentially avoid the fucking catastrophe,
Yeah,
like
doctors hate
catastrophic,
him.
I think if you could avoid the catastrophical impact that you put on your body, like I'm gonna be honest with you, bud, Dread Pirate, you could have absolutely gone Air Force and been an astronaut. What made you?
I wanted to do what I wanted to do. People said I couldn't, so I did it. Now look where I am. Very happy. Very
Do
happy with where I am right now.
you, do you
Gotta
wish
go
you
for
could
my
have gone to
ribbon.
space though?
Space? I don't think my dumb ass could go to space. Space Force? You know what's funny? The Space Force came out a year after I joined. God, the Space Force looks like a children's playground. Did you see? Oh my God! Did you see the little O course they put out? The little obstacle course
No,
on
let's talk
YouTube?
about it.
Oh, it's so funny. Oh my God, where is it? Space Force obstacle course. Oh, it's so funny, dude. It's like a 2 foot. It looks like monkey bars. They call it Beast Week. What the hell? Beast Week is so dumb.
Let me see. Beast Week. I have to see Beast Week right now. Let me see.
They just completed Beast Week. Whoa, these guys are beasts, man. Did they name it after Mr. Beast? Perhaps. I'm putting this in pop culture because Space Force is basically pop.
All right, let's
culture.
take a look. Let's take a look at Beast Week.
Yo, they're like 2 feet off the ground. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. It looks like the Marine Corps O course, except they flattened it and made it super not tall.
Let me take a look at this. First of all, where are these guys being fed from? They're not going directly into Space Force. Holy fuck, I could do that.
Yeah. Anyone could do that.
Oh
A
no!
mom breastfeeding her child could do this.
It looks like it's
It's like a jungle.
It looks like it's for kids. And I did remember visiting you in Paris Island, and I do remember driving through because I rented a car, right?
Yeah.
And I remember leaving. This was by myself, and I remember I think actually you showed me. We drove past it. I was like, "Holy fuck! That obstacle course is like Ninja Gaiden parkour level shit."
Nah, it's fun. It's not that bad. Once you start getting into it.
The size is like massive. This is fucking outstandingly hilarious.
Yeah, they're like falling over. Like
they got gloves. Did you get gloves?
I had gloves, but we didn't wear it on that.
Yeah, they're all wearing.
They are wearing gloves. It's weird.
Yeah,
no, we didn't have gloves.
What is that uniform? Is that uniform there specifically?
It looks like an army uniform.
It does look like an army uniform.
What is going on here? What is that?
They got their boots bloused.
It's very yeah. This is boring to watch. There's no screaming, which is very sad.
I have the volume turned off, but I can tell just by their body language there is no screaming.
They're just kind of. Oh man!
Do you think that this is like
our space marines are gonna die to the Tyranids? I already know this is not the proper training required.
Oh no! High Fleet Leviathan will definitely take care of these space marines.
Yeah, it's a very sad day. Very sad day for America. Very sad.
They're just climbing around. This is pathetic. I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, I'm done watching that.
Why? Either have it or don't have it. Do you think it's just there as a proxy to say, "Oh, they did it"?
I think they build it really quick. They made it very fast so that they could say they had like an obstacle course. So when they're like, "Oh, we have an obstacle course too," and then you look at it and it's like a child in like a playground, like, "Woo, yeah!" It's like a slide at the end.
I
Yeah.
I just spoke with like one of the new guys from jiu-jitsu today, and he approached me, right? And I was like, "Oh God, this new guy wants to talk with me." Well, I'm gonna be friendly. Like I don't know this guy, but you know when you get a vibe of like a tough guy vibe,
Yeah.
you know when he's 5'5" and he's got like
Oh
the sleeve.
no.
I have a sleeve too, so I can't really talk too much shit. But like he's got the fucking tribal sleeve. You can tell he works out. But he's like 5'5" and he's got that like girthy beard, and you're like, oh God. This guy is either a true Chad or he's like a Chaz. And he was a Chaz. And
Rub me on what that is. What is it?
okay. So
That's
my
new.
philosophy, first of all, I have only met maybe 3 real Chads in my life, not based off the name, but based off of like the philosophy of what a Chad is. So do you understand what the baseline of what a Chad is?
Yeah.
Okay. So every
I don't know
Chad
if I
that
can take this seriously.
okay, so every Chad I've ever really met in real life, they're like 6'3".
Okay.
They're ripped. They're always smiling. They're sweethearts. They're the nicest guys. Or like I've led 100 men into battle. Or like I was an operator, and they're super nice. Right? They're like the sweetest guys. They never say anything. They have no reason. They realize they're an apex predator, and they understand basically like the vibrations that they give off just based off of their hyper masculine presence, and they're typically sweethearts. They're like the nicest guys. They want to help. Those guys are true Chads. The other day someone was like, "Oh, that guy's a Chad." And I'm like, "Why?" He goes, just the way he talks to people. He's kind of rough. And I'm like, "That's a persona. That's not a real person's personality. Like that guy is faking being masculine." No fucking way is that guy that's a Chaz. Like I think most people mistake Chads for Chaz, like Chazes for Chads. Most Chasses are fucking are like try hard hyper masculine dudes. And so my thought process is like I may like jujitsu, I may like to shoot the bow, but like I don't think that makes me any better than anyone, and I don't like do it because it's mass. I do it because I love it. And my thought process is like I don't really give a shit what people think about me anyways. And I'm not like I don't think I'm super tough or anything, but I really don't give a shit about being super tough. And I'll run into guys for like no reason. I'll be like it's so funny. I sent you a video about this. I think it's like the guy's a Marine and he makes TikToks. And basically I sent you a short of it. And the guy goes, I don't understand, like whenever someone says, "Oh, these are my hobbies. What are your hobbies?" And this is the short basically. And the guy goes, "Oh yeah, well I like jujitsu." And the guy responds, "Well, I have a gun." Like, what the fuck?
Well,
what does that have to do? You want to know what's so fucking funny about that? Do you know how many times people will ask me what my hobbies are? And I'm like, I really have no life. I go to jiu-jitsu maybe five days a week. And they're like, well, I have a gun. And I'm like,
so funny.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was just talking about my hobbies. I have guns too. That has nothing. Obviously, guns are more effective. You don't just shoot someone though if they put their hands on you. That what the fuck? If I'm in a Circle K, for example, and someone puts their hands on me and they don't have a firearm, I'm gonna fucking take them down and I'm gonna fucking wrap them up. I'm not gonna fucking pull my gun out and shoot them.
Yeah, okay, man. But what if the floor at this Circle K doesn't have padded flooring? What are you gonna do then, buddy?
Oh God!
What are you gonna do then, eh? No padded flooring. Well, what if the other guy isn't wearing his gi? How are you gonna perform the proper chokehold technique if he? When the guy who's beating the shit out of you doesn't stop after you tap 3 times.
The Dread Pirates being devil's advocate. These are the type of shit the conversations that I end up getting engaged in. I was talking to this guy, Army combatives, right? Nothing against Army combatives. First of all, I know someone in the Army who fucking wrestled for 4 years, almost went to the Olympics, D1 wrestler, great kid, right?
Oh yeah.
And he was in the Army. The other guy's in the Army, and he's a Chaz, right? He goes, well, I'm just going to punch. And I'm like, well, you don't train striking? That's not a real fight. And he goes, I know Army combatives. This fucking my Army buddy looks at him and he goes, Army combatives ain't shit. and he fucking walks away. And I was like, if that other Army guy was there, like I felt like I was going to get into an argument that came out of nowhere. I was just talking about jujitsu. First of all, yeah, striking is important to desensitize yourself. Striking is absolutely important, but the thought process is if you try to punch me, I'm just going to run away. Like the moment you put your hands on me, you're fucked though. If you don't know grapple.
Most of the military like fighting things, they're okay, but they're not really. They're just kind of there for exercise. They're not like actually preparing you for like a street fight. I mean, most military guys can pretty much beat the shit out of most civilians anyway.
Well, they're desensitized. They're desensitized to combat, right?
Yeah, I'll just fucking go nuts. And like, unless you're like a drunk dude at a bar, you're picking on the guy with fucking cauliflower ear. You know what the fuck you're doing. You get your shit kicked in. But yeah, it's just for show. The military combative stuff, and that's all. That's for all the militaries.
You just got in your first fight. Let's talk about that.
That wasn't real. It wasn't a real fight. It was grappling.
It happened in Minecraft. In Minecraft, what happened?
It was a fucking battalion PT, and it ended in grappling.
Oh no! I thought your bar experience.
My bar experience. Oh shit! Fucking no! Oh, damn yeah! In San Diego, yeah. Some asshole fucking was like fucking talking crazy shit. He's like, I'm gonna spoon your mom. I don't know, some drunk dude, and I was kind of fucked up, and he's like, I'm gonna spoon your mom, man. I'm gonna spoon her. And I was like, the only spoon your mom knows about is the spoon she uses to smoke her crack pipe, crack in her. Some shit I said. And fucking, he's like, huh? And he fucking like immediately, literally like 0.28 seconds, starts like to try and punch me, and he hits me in the. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? So I bitch slapped him in the face, and he fell over like a bag of potatoes, and I just got out of there.
I would have ran away too.
Fucking out of nowhere, because after I said it, I was laughing. He's like, the only spoon your mom knows about is the one she smokes her crack out of. Hey, you know, like a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, he just got upset. Hey, man. And like punched me, and I just, what the fucking boom.
How tall was this guy? Just out of curiosity. What was his height?
He was like my height. He was like my height. And I fucking
it was just tall.
Wow. Yeah, it was like, yeah. And I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's like, I don't want to get thrown out by some giant fucking 400-pound bouncer named Requise. No need for that fucking.
Now, Requise doesn't need any military experience. Requise is going to fucking.
Yeah, Requise don't need military combatives. He's got 400 pounds. He's got 400 reasons he can take you out the fucking bar. Well, I have a gun. Requise don't care. Requise don't give a fuck if he's got a gun. It's my gun now. It's his
Requise will eat the first fucking magazine you unload into him, and then as you go to reload, that's where he fucking breaks you like Bane.
I don't know where they find these bouncers in front of these fucking clubs, dude. They just put out ads on Craigslist for like big fucking fat guys, big huge fat dudes, lift 200 pounds minimum, and they just show up. They're just from fucking nowhere. They make a conga line out of Gold's Gym and just fucking arrive at these fucking bars like on Saturday nights. I'm sure they're paid very nicely, but damn, imagine your only like thing on resume is like, yeah, I eat a lot.
I'm 6'3".
I go to the gym. You're hired. It's like, oh, okay. No experience. No, I'm big though. They see him. Damn, yeah.
Well, who do you want to be a bouncer at a club, right? Think about it this way. It doesn't matter if you're the 5'8" guy that is a black belt in jiu-jitsu and you are a black belt in judo. The thought process is you don't actually want that guy
It's all intimidation. It's all
right.
intimidation.
You never want that guy to actually hurt someone because that's a lawsuit. But Requise, he's 6'3", he's 400 pounds. No one's going to act up because they see the size, right? And size does matter. Yeah. They see the size. They're not gonna fuck with Requise.
Dude, they're either that or like big Russian dudes or like fucking like middle European like Schwarmek. I am from southern like a country you've never heard of, and they eat metal bars and wrestle bears, and they
import them from the stand.
Yeah,
or
they
import
find
them from
these
Balkans.
Yeah, they fucking find these guys. And it works. It really works. There's not a lot of people that, will fucking mess like with those dudes. Yeah, Habib.
I wrestle bears and I do my cardio fighting a river in place. Like, what the fuck? Let's talk about Habib for a second. Habib is outstanding because he is truly one of the best fighters of all time. But the thought process is a lot of those guys who are like McGregor, for example, who are one of the best fighters, that they don't train their mindset, right? And Habib is one of those guys. The reason he fucking swept his division is because he is one of the best. But then
he's really good.
Oh yeah, his ground fighting is outstanding, but he trains the mindset. And I think to be a phenom, you can't just naturally be
like how he does that, right? You know,
how?
He listens to Andrew Tate podcasts. His fucking mindset's up there, man. It's up. It's fucking the highest you can get. He
lowers his cortisol levels by listening to Tristan and Andrew talk about how fucking great men are.
Dude. That's how it is. So
do you think what do you think about Andrew Tate? What is your thought process on the guy?
I think he's funny. I think he's playing a character.
I think he's absolutely playing a character. Do you think he's guilty? What do you think?
No, they released his ass. They released his ass. They released him, and then they fucking immediately arrested Trump, and it had to be an equal exchange.
No, the trade was Tristan and Andrew for fucking Trump, and also we got Chris Chan out, which is fucking wild.
That is insane. And I don't even know a lot of the people listening even know who that is. If you don't,
that is a rabbit hole for another day.
Looking that up, I don't even recommend looking it up. There's like a 72-part series.
I'm all caught up. That's all I have to say.
That's ridiculous.
No, that got me through COVID, bro. I want you to know there was 2 things. Okay, so there were 4 things that got me through COVID. Okay. First thing is food. I fucking gained like 60 pounds during COVID, and I've lost like 40 pounds, right?
You're playing the whole time, man.
Yeah, I know it was. Well, I think it. Okay, so I'm going to circle back to what my thought was on COVID, but my first thought process was, first I ate a lot. They closed the gyms and I ate a lot, and I wasn't training jiu-jitsu at the time. So I gained like 60 pounds. I drank a lot of alcohol. Marijuana became legal. I'm not even going to go there, how I feel about that.
God, you just became like a teenage recluse in your basement.
I just started poisoning my body, right? And Band of Brothers, access to HBO Max, Band of Brothers, love that. I spent an absurd amount of money on Warhammer because like the only thing that could give me like a fix was like, okay, well, I at least have to like stay alive another week to get this new fucking like package in the mail of Warhammer.
Dude, and you were living the lifestyle of a rebellious teenage dude. No, shut the door, Mom. I'm painting my Warhammer. Smokes up a weed, lights up some fucking kush. Oh, my favorite golden goat. Get out! Gained 60 pounds.
Yeah, I was poisoning my body with food. I was poisoning my body with alcohol. The devil's lettuce, like just everything. Like it was a tough time, and I'm an extrovert too, so it really poisoned my mind being in like 600. Because at the time my apartment was 600 square foot, and it was really, really fucking tough. And I had been only training exclusively in the gym. I went from the best shape of my life I've ever been, training 4 or 5 days a week, 2 hours, 3 hours in the gym every other day. I was fucking in the best shape. I was doing all the right vitamins.
Yeah, you were killing it, man.
I was in great shape.
I was in Japan. It was fucking bad. Everything was fucking closed down.
Know, and I love to hear what you experienced because I'm talking about the civilian side. I'd love to hear like what you experienced from your sector. But I poisoned myself. I had bad spending habits. I just did like nothing good. But the reason I think is, did you see all of like the really introverted beta people? Like what happened to them?
They were having the times of their lives.
They loved it. They lost weight.
I learned how to microbrew. They're just doing dumb shit. It's like, oh wow, I started my own florist thing, and wow, this is great. I love this. We should have a lockdown every couple years.
I did learn how to straight razor shave though, because my thought process was I'll just turn my Zoom camera off and I'll fucking fuck my face up. And now I know how to straight razor shave. That's the one thing I got out of COVID. The one positive thing. And that and copious amounts of credit card debt are like the 2 things I got out of it, which is absolutely absurd. but it did make me want to change my life when it started to end. I got back into the gym. I got into jiu-jitsu. I was able to, I got my hiking swag back on.
Mhm.
But my thought process is, yeah, there's like a lot of introverted people that thrived in their prison sentence, basically their government mandated prison sentence. And I was like, wow, the reason we let this happen is because people are fucking outstandingly weak and they want the path of least resistance.
Dude, the goddamn vaccine shit the whole time had me dying laughing. Every time I saw a commercial, it was like, get your Vex, get your Shack. And it was like it was like
The
a
Shaq
goddamn, like a
Shake.
Shake Shack commercial. Or like, yeah, every time you get your vaccine, we give you a free Shake Shack burger. I'm like, oh, who the hell's doing this? A bunch of people were doing it. Like, what the hell? They were giving up their bodily autonomy for fries at 9 a.m. in the morning. Like, the fuck is your thinking process for that? I was laughing because I was watching these mayors pretend to give a damn and like eating fries on TV and shit. Like, yeah, oh yeah, oh, this is just think of this as a vaccine going into your body. Like making airplane noises. Open mouth, open your mouth up. Fucking gross.
Why,
Like,
why
really, really tough.
what do you think the like the general mass thinking is on like the I'll get the jab and I'm gonna go get a free shake? What is the where I don't understand the mental pathway that allows people to just accept that. Like explain it
I
to
think
me.
most of the people that got it were probably just like, oh, I was gonna get the vaccine anyway. I think I'll just get a burger too. But I know there were a few that were probably definitely like, oh, I was on the edge, but the fries that really convinced me. I
You
don't think
really
there's a
think that the fries really did convince a couple
no,
people?
no. I'm being facetious. There's no way. The very, very few. And the very few. It's like, oh, I wasn't gonna get it, but that burger looks really good. There's no way. What were they just? I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. It was just embarrassing all on all points. Yeah, it was very strange time, and they were doing that with all kinds of Krispy Kreme donuts and stuff. Like, and people were like getting the vaccine like 6, 7, 8 times to like try and gain the system. Like, yeah, I'm scamming you. Like getting free donuts and shit, and like showing off their vaccine cards for like food. You could get more benefits getting your vaccine than fucking like if you showed them like a fucking an EMT card. Like, yeah, man, I'm a first responder. We don't care. Oh, I also got my vax. Okay, come right in. Yeah, and they fucking give
What
like a
I
full
don't
dose.
understand is like in Japan, right? And I want to hear what you
Oh,
experienced
Japan.
during the lockdown. But in Japan, if you're overweight or obese in any way, they fucking tax you more. Like they make your health insurance skyrockets. They punish you on every level
Oh yeah,
financially, like
socially.
everything. They shame you. Their culture, like it's not just how they eat. It's their culture. It's their financial systems. It's everything, right?
Yeah,
And
when I was
instead
there,
of
it's hard to get fat.
it is hard to be fat, and I think a lot of that has to do with the preservatives we eat, and the way I think a lot of the additional things that we add to our food, and their food is always healthier. Like if you go to their 7-Elevens, it has fresh food. Our 7-Elevens are just filled with preservative fucking MREs essentially. Like a 7-Eleven can feed you in the apocalypse. This shelf life is a million years old. So like you'll be fine in the apocalypse in America. In Japan, all that shit fucking has to get replaced every day because it's all fresh fish and shit. And that's why they're so healthy, because our expedient options are fucking garbage. And in a lot of other countries, the quickest option is the healthiest option. But I want to hear like what you experienced during lockdown. Like
So like when you go out there, first of all, some of the best sushi I've had in Japan legitimately came from like a convenience store, which is insane to me. It was really good. But anyway, you would go out there and it was a fucking ghost town. In there everything closed. You couldn't get tattoos. For those who don't know, I am in the military currently. There's like a tattoo. Basically, you couldn't get tattoos out there because they were worried about COVID. If you walked into the building, COVID would get you. COVID would get you. Get a tattoo. COVID's gonna get you. Fucking, dodging the PMO out there looking for Marines. And it was
no.
all the rules were very strange. You could go in and order, but you had to wait outside, and then you could eat outside. And then once you're walking around, you had like a mask on. It was very weird. It would always change. Like, oh, you can go in now. You can actually get a tattoo now. Woo! For a week, for a week, and then it went back. And I was like, oh wow, it's kind of ass. And I had friends who made the appointments. We're like, oh man, I'm gonna get this cool thing. It's gonna oni on my chest, and it's gonna be like a demon, And then tattoos in Japan are freaking legendary.
They're the best. If you're Marine in Japan, you gotta get like your Islami tattoo. Japanese tattoos are great.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that this time, and people were pissed, and they were fucking. Even some of the higher ups, they were going out and getting one, not telling they're not telling their higher ups, and it was a big thing. It was funny, but
the tattoo fucking controversy in the military.
The only thing, you could go to areas in Japan at the time that were open during the lockdown. They just needed they were just a little more empty. You had to sit apart, and you just needed to hide from fucking PMO and shit. I never did that myself. Just
in
saying,
Minecraft,
I never did that at all. No, I can't. No, Minecraft isn't a viable excuse. Not ever since the Thug Shaker incident. That shit's gonna be.
Run it back. Explain why it's not
for years.
Oh.
No way. They're gonna be talking about that shit for years. To me, in court cases, it's I like to reference Thug Shakers versus the government. Not 2020. It's gonna. Oh god, it's gonna be a fucking weird times ahead. Weird future. Weird timeline we're in right now.
Wow. So explain it to our audience that Thug Shaker Central versus the government. Explain why Minecraft.
Thug Shaker. So this guy, some Air Force cat that was in the guard, leaked a bunch of very sensitive documents, fucking top secret documents, over a goddamn Discord server called Thug Shaker Central, which is wild. And then the media was losing their minds, oh, it's a place for racist memes, and all they do is call each other racial slurs, and they make horrible misogynistic jokes. It's I think every other Discord server is like that, man. And
did you hear what the news said? It was unmonitored. There were no administrators. That's not. It was unmonitored. The news didn't understand Discord. They didn't understand. They thought it was Facebook, where there needs to be paid people that go in and erase shit. It's a private messaging tool. You wouldn't have it. We need the FBI on every phone call that we have. No, that's a phone call, basically. I
was watching this short, and this guy talking about how in the future they're going to have hearings. And my God, I cannot wait. I'll be listening to that. You'll have congressmen asking some dude running Discord, what is the term sussy baka mean exactly in this context? It's going to be so funny. It's going to be godly. Gold medal funny. Comedy fucking gold. It's gonna be amazing, and I'm gonna be there laughing the whole time. You're gonna have fucking what's that turtle dude? Chuck Schumer. What the fuck his name is? Turtle man. Fucking can you tell me exactly what you meant by he vented and it was sus? What is it? What exactly can you just describe that for us here on the panel? And I'm is the mic working? Okay, I believe he meant that he was possibly lying or not telling the truth. Oh, okay. I find that hard to believe that venting means that. Is there anywhere you can clear it up? It comes from a popular.
What did you mean by?
You have to explain it, and the dude's I don't know the answer to that question. I'm looking into it. It's just random shit. It's gonna be amazing. I honestly can't wait. I'm very excited. Oh man, God! But
what did you mean by "you're so hard"? Pause.
What did he mean? What did he mean by when he put poggers in the chat 238 times? There, fucking emote shit.
Explain the Minecraft isn't viable anymore.
Because now it's on their radar. It's whenever they hear in Minecraft, they're oh, he means in real. Oh, he's just trying to cover it. They're just trying to use it as cover. But it's basically to give yourself some insurance and letting people know it's a joke. But now they're oh shit, he said in Minecraft this is something to be possibly taken seriously. But now it's a little weird because this was also a Minecraft server. They had Minecraft and shit in there.
Was it real?
So now they might just be straight up in Minecraft. Shit, he's talking about a server. Now they're swapping state secrets in Minecraft in the game, in the actual game.
Oh my fucking god!
Imagine having to be an FBI agent, stationed in the Minecraft Mojang headquarters to monitor chat communications. I'm sure they're gonna have to do something weird like that. I know there's someone that works at fucking what's that one Warhammer? Not Warhammer. The
Games Workshop.
War Thunder. Yeah, because every like couple months, someone just gives them top secret like blueprints to like F-18s or like some aircraft that doesn't exist or some shit. Like, and it'll be like from every country, like Chinese detailed plans of like.
What is that? Explain that to me.
What War Thunder is like a
Yeah.
flying. It's like a flying sim. It's like a
No shit.
planes.
So they get like fucking planes that haven't been released yet.
No, I'm just saying, like they'll give them like top secret documents. This tank isn't exactly like it is in real life. I've worked on them. Here are these top secret blueprints. Here you go. And they'll just put them. They'll like send them on Twitter, and they're like, whoa, well, they'll start freaking out. Don't send these to us, please. And now they have like a guy working there, like from the NSA or some shit, like monitors everything they give them to make sure it's not like a top secret document from China, right from Beijing, like fucking like their new fucking aircraft.
Being chilling.
Bing Chilling. Bing Chilling. Yeah, no, fucking like they get that shit and they can get in trouble. So they have someone actually working there. They're gonna do that with Mojang, and I hope so. It'd be funny. Just watch.
That would be absolutely fucking outstanding. Did you see this Marine who choked this guy out? He put him in a rear naked for 8 minutes and fucking killed him.
Yeah, well, yeah, the dude was like a menace and like fucking with people and like starting.
Bro, there's no excuse to fucking put someone in a rear naked choke for 8 minutes.
Did you watch the video?
No.
The guy was struggling most of that time.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Did he never went out?
No, he went out.
Yeah, by the way, the moment someone goes out, you shouldn't hold. You should let go, because every second you hold a fucking an artery submission or an artery choke, basically impending brain damage. As soon as someone goes, ugh, that's the sound they make. They go, ugh, or they hiccup, or they kind of make like a ugh sound. You have to let go. If you don't, they could fucking die.
Okay.
But he obviously wasn't trained in jiu-jitsu. If he was, he fucking wouldn't have held it. What do you think about that? Are you trained? So, question: are you trained to let go of a rear naked choke?
Trained to let go. I mean, to me, it sounds like basic knowledge to let go after you choke someone out. But I mean, if they're struggling and you're just trying to hold on to them, you keep them in the choke. Like, we're just trained to choke.
You're trained to kill.
Yeah, I don't know. Let go. Yeah,
you're like, what?
When they're dead. No, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, at some point, we're trained to let go. Like, it'll never happen. I'm stuck here forever.
That's fucking very interesting. So what are you doing this weekend?
This weekend, I'm going to be actually in a couple hours. I'm going to go to this place. It's like a hidden bar.
Nice.
Around me, I'm going to go with a friend of mine. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's like a spaceship themed bar. It's like they're like on another planet. It's kind of neat. It's pretty neat. The drinks are pretty good too. The drinks are really freaking good. I like those cocktail bars, those hidden ones, because the drinks taste better.
Speakeasies?
Than vodka shots. Yeah, those little speakeasies. Because I'll do like vodka shots and shit. I'll do all kinds of shit like that. But every now and then, I like a nice good drink, like an actual drink, like a cocktail.
What do you guys call the milk? The fucking do you guys take a milk carton or a milk jug and you like put Neo in it, water and vodka? What's it called?
Yeah, it's called Borging, man. Come on, you don't know that shit?
What does Borg stand for?
For blackout rage gallon, baby. And they were man, another thing the media was losing their mind about, because college students are like, they're saying, oh, these kids they're killing their livers, they're dying. They're like, no, they're not. No, they're not. College students are not Borging to death. Okay, they're not doing that. They are not doing that at all. You are lying. There's no college student that's just gonna fucking time to drink this till I die. Well, I mean, they do that anyway, but it's not Borg's fault. You know, it's not the fucking Borg. They're gonna be drinking alcohol and having caffeine, regardless if it's Borg. And they were like having a big stink about it. It's like, oh, it's this thing where you fill a jug with battery acid and cyanide, and they drink it to get a high. They're just making shit up or something. Yeah,
What?
it's basically vodka. It's like a fifth of vodka, water and Mio. You just drink it throughout the night. Yeah, it's like
Do not recommend. Do not recommend.
I recommend. Do it right now. Do it right now.
Oh fuck! What do you think about hazing? What's your thought process on hazing?
I don't want to talk about that.
No. Like in college, do you think it really goes on?
College, probably.
Do you think it goes on any other place?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. All the time. Probably does.
Nice.
Who
Nice.
knows? Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
I don't think I've ever experienced hazing. I have.
Really?
I have been in a couple fights. So I'm going to transition. I've been in a couple fights in my life. Have you ever met someone that you could tell who's not been in a fight and they're like they're not cautious enough and they're like overly cocky?
Oh yeah, like they're just itching for like something to happen.
No. I meet a lot of people and they're like, yeah, I don't, like you could just tell they've just never been in a fight because they're overly abrasive to authority. And I speak my mind.
Oh, they're desensitized by peace. Yeah, they don't know what the fuck's going on.
Oh, I like that.
She can go wild real quick. They don't get it. A lot of people don't understand that.
I think it's so desensitized to peace is that's an anomaly because most of human history has been chaotic.
Yeah, fighting over bread scraps and potatoes.
It's kind of the same. Pretty much, it's the same premise as like an armed society as a polite society. Before, everyone's not the fuck around find out ratio was pretty low for most of modern history, and now it's outstandingly like I'm gonna fuck around, and then these people are like, what do you mean I'm gonna find out? What?
Yeah, if they fuck around when they're young and they're so protected, there was no finding out. Then they just went through life, and then they found out the super duper hard way later on that wait a minute, that guy, he can kick my ass. What do you mean I can't just say things to you without you hitting me in the face? Whoa, that's never happened to me before. Yeah, no, it's always a shock. It's always a shock, like a super shock. Like, whoa!
Have you ever experienced someone like that, where they're basically they have like normalcy biased and they're desensitized by peace, and like,
oh yeah,
they're like the most annoying people I find.
Yeah, no, I've met a few, not very many where I work because
Understandable. I feel like in the civilian world, and keep in mind, I'm never gonna harm anyone unless they harm me. But I definitely feel like there's this like essence of arrogance that comes along with like the newer generations, right? And it's absurd to me, and I'm like, I almost feel bad because they're not helping themselves, and I genuinely believe that they're going to get crushed, not physically, but like later in life they're going to be like, well, why hasn't my life turned out the way I want? And it's because they've treated everyone like that there's no conflict. So how do you feel about that? Have you ever been in have you ever been beat up as a kid? Just out of curiosity.
Beat up as a kid? Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been beat up as a kid. Well, I guess maybe not most kids now, but yeah, who fucking cares?
Violence is now like mental. Violence is like it takes place in social media, right?
No, what the fuck? No, that's not violence. Like, oh, he's writing violent. Words aren't violence.
Microaggressions.
God, these people. It's the one thing I'm nervous about getting out is talking to some guy. Like, whoa, you can't say that. I know you've told me a few things that I say is kind of like outrageous. Like, I just cannot say.
I want you to know I don't mind it. I think you have a very like realistic. So I think that the you already know what I'm gonna say, right? I think it's better to be a monster, but be in a civilized society and don't actively be a monster, but have the ability to be a monster versus
rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's Dr. Kermit the Frog, right? It's better to be a monster,
Oh yeah. It's like it's very very good to be a very strong monster and control it. It's necessary. Yeah, I
How do you feel that he's officially kind of like taking a political stance now?
I don't care. Everyone takes one nowadays. It's hard to get an accurate fucking representation of what's going on because all these fucking different sources of brainwashing, beaming bullshit into your head. It's like, oh, but actually this was happening, but nope, that was fake. This is actually happening. Ah, no, just kidding, that was happening. It's all bullshit. I don't even want to really. I don't even like discussing politics anymore because the person I usually talk to is like, yeah, well, CNN said this or Fox News said this thing over here. Or, oh, I heard this on the Sun Times or whatever fuck they get their shit from. And it's
Legacy
99%
News.
bullshit.
Legacy News is a propaganda machine.
Oh yeah.
We're just more subtle. We circumvent our propaganda through
Yeah, I get my propaganda right from the source.
state-ran media in a lot of other countries exist. In our country, we pretend like we don't have state-ran media, but we just circumvent it through capitalism. It's still perpetuated by the system, and we pretend that it's not. I do think we're in the freest country in the world. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I would say that, yes, certainly.
Do you think that that's
Yeah.
do you think that that's
On the
biased?
record, I love America.
Me too.
I
100%.
goddamn love America. Okay. Nah, but really,
I've got to return.
some of the people in it though, damn, they really be annoying. They really be doing some wild shit.
Do you think it's that we take for granted our freedom?
I think most people do. Yeah. Most people do,
Why?
definitely.
Why do you think that?
Because they don't see what it took to get it. And fucking school is shitting the bed right now and teaching people like anything useful, any semblance of anything useful now. It's propaganda now. It's all bullshit. Like, man, even when I was in school, God, it was mostly really bullshit, man. They weren't teaching much. It was like a couple of history lessons, and then that was it. It was pretty bad. The history is really lacking in American schooling.
What grade do you feel like you could have stopped education and been a productive member of society?
Fucking God, man! If you have a good head on your shoulders and like like a 2-parent household, shit, man, you might not even need schooling. Maybe 5th grade.
Really?
Yeah, like anything after that, it's.
So I have an interesting.
I'll say this: university is definitely something that could be is very valuable. Yeah, a university.
You think that you
if you
really
learn the right thing.
Most of
I'm
those
not talking about medieval
institutions,
masonry here.
most of those institutions, though, have been perverted. Though, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but the STEM areas are still pretty fucking solid.
They're viable still.
They're
So do you think like even in STEM, do you feel like even in STEM that they've been they're turning malignant?
Shit, I hope not. Fuck, I don't know. I haven't been to college in fucking a few years. I hope not.
What was your experience with community college?
It wasn't bad. Though to be fair, at the time it was 2016. Shit did go wild there for a moment. There were like fucking like walkouts and shit for like a couple weeks. It got really weird for like a short period of time. There was like a teacher that was fired. Some black teacher was fired because he supported Trump or he said something on Twitter. It was wild. And he was like it was like a favorite math professor. I was like, oh, what the hell? And he was gone. I was like, oh fuckers, come on. And there was like protests and
the
shit.
same would have happened if he supported Hillary?
No, I doubt it. But fucking, there was the whole thing where it's like it's okay to be white posters were floating around.
Oh
that was just when that was starting to get popular, and there were some on the campus, and they were treating it like people were leaving bombs.
And they were
doing grenades like around.
They were doing like Islam is right about women and shit like that.
They were doing some wild shit, and the university was not having it. They were losing their minds, and there was like newsletters and shit. Like, we're currently investigating this gross effect on our students. We want everyone to know you're safe here, and this is it's fucking. I'm gonna say it's New York. It's a New York university. You're fine. You're gonna be okay. There's no fucking Klansmen running around. You know, there's no Black Panthers or fucking Klansmen.
No one has guns
riding in the street.
No one has firearms.
No, there's some.
Maybe the people you don't want to have firearms, but
that's true. There was that AK-47 shooting, which was fucking insane. that happened in New York. Good God, that was wild.
Was that recently or was that a long time ago?
Yeah, that was a couple years back. It was actually kind of crazy. No one got hurt. Some dude like unloaded it into a building and they caught him like immediately.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, yeah. And they're like, it was an AK-47. Like, how the hell did he even get it? I'm not even sure how he got it. They scrubbed the numbers off of it. It was pretty.
I remember being a kid, and I remember one of my buddies showing me his. He lived with his grandparents, and he showed me his grandpa's AK-47. He goes, "Yeah, that's fully automatic."
Whoa.
Like people have guns illegally. Like
Hell yeah.
tons of people have guns illegally.
Oh yeah, guns are great. Guns are wonderful. More people should have guns. I think every person in America should get a gun when they turn 18, or shit, even younger than that, probably. When they hit once they hit like 12 or something, boom. Here you go, little Jimmy.
Do you think population density is like? What do you think about population density?
Population density?
Yeah. Do you think that what do you think it's better to grow up in kind of like a very, very conservative Christian like your entire life versus growing up and actually having access? Hold on. Let me finish my my brain.
All I'm saying is this first podcast can be very controversial very quick.
Well, I mean, it doesn't.
Next, we're going to talk about race realism.
No, no. But my thought process is, do you think that like, because I'm not really religious myself, right? But do you think like in a lot of those like country low population density areas, like they're like, well, evolution is a lie, and God protects us. Like, what do you think it's, or do you think it's better to grow up in like the police state Chaz? The police state Chaz like environment where it's like you are not allowed to be a free thinker. Like I feel like those are both extremes.
Oh God, there's a healthy in between, between the fucking and then God wiped out the dinosaurs because they besmirched His name in the name of G. Like and fucking down with the patriarchy, freaking out. And it's like, put your mask on right now. We're in a 7-Eleven. There are children here, like freaking out.
Do you think
like
that
300-pound fucking Nancy from Home Depot? Oh my God, you need to leave! Like freaking out versus country bumpkins.
Do you think that we're that the poles of that spectrum are widening?
I don't know. All I'll say is country bumpkins are usually nicer to me. I've met more country bumpkins that I can relate to, have a good conversation with, than educated people in big cities. It's though I mean, you need cities for civilization. It is necessary. You need big population areas to for things like universities and hospitals, and to produce like modern technology. But you also need the country bumpkins to make your food. You need to eat. You can't eat a TikTok. You fucking idiots. They want to like, oh God, fucking with the farmers is so dumb. These fucking city idiots sometimes, like, they don't get like
the
all the
Archipelago 2.0.
These restrictions they want to put on farmers and shit. The fucking tomatoes don't grow in the supermarket. Do they not understand?
Most farmers, like most people don't. Most farmers, like 50 years ago, were able to own their own farm, own their own equipment, and now these giant corporations actually have stepped in and say, "Hey, look, we're going to put you on a salary." They're salarymen now. A lot of these farmers do not own their own land. They get buyed out. They're like, you can live on the land, you can farm the land, but now it's like giant, like syndicate corporations, like own basically this agricultural zone now in Middle America.
Big farmer. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, big farmer is a legitimate thing. It's a legitimate concern. Priced out of not paradise. priced out of Oklahoma.
Middle of Kansas. Corn farmer.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything about that. If that's happening, that sucks.
Where do you think the sweet spot is in between those two?
I think there doesn't need to be a sweet spot. I think people can just settle the fuck down. I think if the whole schooling thing, what's the word? Competition. Just fucking stop having them be so government funded. It's fucking crushing the schools. Inner city schools are fucked. Those are fucked. No matter how much funding you give them. I don't even know how to solve that problem.
The problem is people take advantage. Like they don't put the kids first in inner city schools. Like the problem is they overfund it when they underperform, and the problem is the people who are in charge of like the Treasury Board and the people who are in charge of the financial institutions and inner city schools, they don't actually want to see improvement because it will stop their funding revenue, and I don't think that that's fair to the kids.
How about this? How about first thing I can think of off the top of my nasty little dome? Get the government out of there. Again, less government for these things is usually a good thing, in my opinion. Usually, what I've seen is less government in these programs or schools. Usually, the better. The fucking government's the reason why fucking school debt is so high. This debt crisis, the student loan shit, it's fucking massive. Because the government's giving out these fucking grants for unlimited amounts of money, and the schools are like, oh yeah, they'll just give you whatever we ask, and they keep hiking up the fucking prices to absurd amounts. Good God, I was looking at fucking what Harvard's like, what 60,000, 70,000 a year.
Most people don't.
That's Harvard, but most colleges now $40,000 a year. That's fucking insane. That is too much.
That's a down payment on a house.
So much money, and they expect they'll pay that back, and they get a degree in like fucking underwater basket weaving or some shit, or fucking calypso dance. Like, I got my degree in calypso dance. Do you want fries with that? It's fucking stupid. It's so stupid.
I'm gonna shit myself. That's so fucking.
How the fuck is that even a thing? And then you go and you'll go for something like an actual STEM degree, and you're required to take like a fucking the history of rock and roll dentistry, like shit that does not make sense. Shit that does not make sense for your degree. It's like,
where do you think that comes from? Where do you think that stems from? Like scholar. I can't say the word.
Baby, money. They want the money. They want the Benji greens. They want the fucking money, man.
Scholarly bloat. I can't even say that word. Dedicated wham, baby.
Fucking shit.
Yeah, 100%. So what are your aspirations? Where do you see yourself living? Do you see yourself living in the United States when you do that?
I'm definitely gonna travel. I love Japan. Fucking beautiful place.
What are you gonna do in Japan? Run it back.
I'm going off. For those who don't know, which is everybody, I'm going to Japan to visit for about a month. Gonna do some scuba diving. Gonna explore. Get like a full train ticket thing. You can get like a train. It's like a train pass for the whole country, and it's awesome. You can go around, travel for just a couple $100, the whole country for like 21 days. Gonna go see the monkeys in the springs. Gonna see every castle I can. I am very excited. It's a absolutely fucking beautiful place. I'm gonna see the better version of the Eiffel Tower. I'm gonna see all kinds of shit. Maybe go to what's his name? Fucking Hayao Miyazaki's world. What is it?
Studio Ghibli. Yeah, Studio Ghibli.
I'm a hug my neighbor Totoro. I'm just gonna do all kinds of stupid shit. I don't care. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna.
You're speaking weeb to me.
Yeah, and you're gonna be fucking jealous the whole time I'm out there, just sending back pictures. And I'm gonna be in like full kimono garb. Hajimemashite. You just be like, oh, well, you're a fucking weeb. And you're crying because you're not there with me. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
You truly will sail the 7 seas, and I'm proud of you for it,
dude. Yeah, by air, fucking airfare, 18 hours. 18 hours to Japan. Fucking on the other side of the Earth. It's crazy.
Are you gonna macrodose melatonin, or what are you gonna do?
Macro it? Yeah, I'm gonna melatonin max before I fucking. I'm gonna time travel to Japan.
Fast travel,
yeah, basically, dude. That and some fucking basically make like lean by proxy. Take some fucking melatonin, some fucking NyQuil, just fucking do some jumping jacks and knock out. Boom, done.
Oh God, that's so fucking funny. So what I don't like about the United States is like railroad system is if you want to travel by train in the United States, just to go from like Phoenix to Washington, if you want a room, it's $1,500.
Damn, that's a lot. Don't get a room. God, just get a ticket. Just get a plane. Just get
regular. It's like $600.
No, that's not true. I got a train ticket from New York to Florida for like $250.
I think that's because I think that might be
a 2-day trip, though.
the infrastructure on the East Coast is definitely better than the infrastructure on the West, bud.
Maybe the rail system over in Arizona is pretty solid. I will say I like the little rail system there.
That's different. The light rail system in Arizona is actually pretty good, and
like
yeah, you really enjoyed it. What did they have anything like that in like San Diego or LA or anything?
God, nothing I would want to fucking go on. A crackheadville every stop.
Explain what you experienced when you took Greyhound for the first time. Run back your experience.
Oh God, the Greyhound.
As dramatic as possible, please.
Greyhound. I'd never take Greyhound again. It was like a fucking leper colony. God, I get there. No one speaks any English. No one's like, okay, get on the bus now, please. I'm like, my name is. Oh, I was about to say my name. It's actually pronounced this way. Like, okay, and then it's like totally wrong, totally incorrect. Like, sure, yeah, fuck it, yeah, that's my name now. Yep, that's it.
My name is Dread Pirate. Dredo Pirito.
Yeah, it was not cool. And I get on there, and people are missing their shit. They're falling asleep, and seeing these people in real life acting the way they do is just, I suffer from secondhand embarrassment and I've never felt so unsafe. Fucking so unsafe
you're
before.
Cringing in fear. That's what
you're doing. Oh, it was so bad. I would get in there and it smelled like pee immediately. I'm like, to be honest, I expected that. Yeah, it's a Greyhound. It's gonna smell like pee. Okay, it's a Greyhound. You don't go to fucking Kenya and expect, not holes in holes in the ground. Fucking, I get in there. There's people in there smoking weed and shit. I'm like, oh God, fucking, the windows won't go all the way down because people will stick their heads out and get smashed because they're stupid. And fucking, there's this lady that's in there. It's like, oh God, please, I missed my stop, please. And then they start speaking, lets her off. There's some Jewish dude in there who was like, he missed a stop like 2 stops ago.
He was asleep. He was asleep, right?
He was asleep, and he was like really fat and gross. And he's like, oh God, please, Mr. Bus Driver, please. And he's like calling his mom. I think I'm not gonna make it. He doesn't know what I'm saying. And he's like, okay, Mister, we'll make a stop next couple stops. Okay. He's like, oh please, man. And he's like calling his mom. It's like he's not stopping. He's keeping going. Like right in front of him. It was very embarrassing. It was like very weird. He was like crying.
Have you experienced anyone having sex on the bus?
Oh yeah, I think they were having sex back there. I think I told you that, huh?
When I took Greyhound when I was a teenager, and it was my first time like being autonomous by myself. I remember I took Greyhound across the country for like 4 days, and I've never felt so afraid in my life. I remember I didn't go to sleep once. I'd like nod off. And then I could wake myself up. The adrenaline boost would wake me up. And I just felt like I was going to fucking die.
Dude,
and I remember feeling so unsafe. The worst part, the most memorable part for me is there was this like super obese lady. We're probably talking 500-600 pounds. And the smell was awful because she probably didn't shower, right? Because she's on it for multiple days at a time too. And the smell was so bad. I thought I was going to fucking die. And she like took up half of my seat and
she was sitting next to you?
She was sitting next to me and I could barely breathe. And I was getting like pushed. My whole body was making contact with her body.
And I remember English, or does she speak in like
she did. I think she said like, sorry. And I'm like, bitch, you should have bought 2 seats. Like, and I remember the only way I was basically tripoded up on my seat. I had like one leg posted in the aisle, and everyone got mad at me. I was like, do you not see the fucking situation I'm in? The other leg and my fucking shoulder making full contact, just constantly in like like pushing against her, and the leg is the only part of
full contact sport.
Yeah, well, basically, and the only way I could stay in my seat was basically like push into her. And only one butt cheek was on the seat, basically.
Oh, no.
And that was like a whole ride. No, so first when I got in, I saw this little girl. She was like probably my age, very, very young at the time. And I saw her and she looked just very wholesome. So I sat down to her and I could tell she was uncomfortable with me. But I was like, look, my name is Blackbeard.
What a creep. What a creepy
Yeah, yeah.
fuck.
But I was like, my name is Blackbeard. Like, I'm a good dude. We got to talking. She's like, I married this guy that I met in college, and he moved back to the middle of America, and I'm gonna go live on his farm with his family. And I was like, that's wholesome. I love it. So we basically had like a non-compete basically where we were going to sit next to each other. We kind of had like this unspoken like contract where we're the two normalest people. We're going to sit next to each other. The moment she got off the bus is where it started getting fucking wild. And people were fucking crazy. They were trying to smoke cigarettes. The bus driver was yelling at them, just crazy, outstanding shit. And I just like the most incredibly wild people. I saw some crazy stops though of like one house towns where like fucking we're picking people up, and it was
It's the homeless
insane.
person express is what I
It
figured out.
is
With the
the homeless
Greyhound.
person. That's how I truly believe that homeless people travel via Greyhound. That is their means of travel throughout the country.
Yeah.
And it smells bad, but it's incredibly cheap. I think that you could travel across the country for it's very, very, very
Oh,
affordable. But
it's
I
so
don't.
cheap, dude.
It's so cheap.
I mean, imagine if you just roast people in real life, just no repercussion. I
Oh,
want to do that. Like, damn, you're fat. Damn, just like old school. Like, you fat. Just say shit. Oh man, I wish I could
But
just
you
do
were
that.
raised in the generation that you understand if you fuck around, you find out. I think it's going to be
It's so
really
funny.
interesting with this newer generation where they fuck. We're already seeing it like on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. These motherfuckers are like popping off. Did you see the guy he posted a TikTok of like this dead guy and he's just like outside like smiling? People are fucking so desensitized. They're psychopathic,
You
and
know,
it's all about
I
clout.
think a lot of them had internet exposure, like Live Leak and shit, early old
I grew
school
up in live.
4chan.
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay. I think the next generation will be fine. They're a little desensitized, but that's fucking fine. Most people are. Most people when you grow up gets desensitized. I think. Not. I
Yeah.
mean, nowadays it's maybe a little less. At least the millennials. They've pretty much, unless you like went to Iraq or some crazy shit.
What
You
do you
know,
think about what's that guy who went into that one active war zone? Sir, what's his name?
Miles or
Sir
Miles.
Miles.
Yeah,
What
he's,
do you
he's still
know
missing.
where is he? Yeah, I want to know. Is Sir Miles still missing? The
Disappeared in Afghanistan.
Who was looking for him? That
Dude,
was out
everyone, the fucking Afghan special forces is what they called themselves.
but they were
We are
part of the
looking for our
Taliban.
good friend.
The Taliban was looking for him.
Everyone was looking for him,
The
bro.
Taliban has basically turned into an actual bureaucracy. They're fighting ISIS now. How do you
Fucking weird, man.
Isn't that wild?
Fucking weird.
They have a fleet of Toyota Tacomas that we left them, so they might as well.
Yeah, now they have motor pool Mondays though. So fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck you, man. If I
Bloody
could
fuck
choose,
you. Fuck
bloody
you,
fuck you,
bloody.
fuck you, bloody. No fucking bloody, fuck you. Oh man, I love one of my favorite comedic things to listen to is just Indian guys yelling at each other.
They're fucking
Turn
brutal.
right, Nahib. Come on, turn. You're breaking the car. Oh god, there's so many good ones. Have you seen the one where he's in the car? He's like, you're breaking the car. Listen to me, please. So funny.
They're so fucking like they go at
You're
each other and
breaking the
it's
car.
outstanding. It's
You're
outstanding.
breaking the car, Samir. Oh, you're breaking the. Oh, listen to me. Listen to my call, Samir, please. Oh, so it's funny. It's like a rally video.
oh,
Wonder if I could look up "You're Breaking the Car," Samir, full lyrics.
oh,
Full, full lyrics. Like it's a fucking song.
this is full edge lord right now.
You're breaking the car. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, fucking damn, we're over an hour
Uh,
already. Fast. This shit goes by
just
fast, man.
bada bing, bada boom,
I
bada bing,
never,
bada boom. How do
never
you
knew.
feel about what do you feel about that drones that just attacked the Kremlin? Do you think that was United States, or do you think that was just a false flag?
Shit, I don't even think I should talk about that shit.
Fair
All,
enough.
all I know is fucking they shot it down and it crashed. That's all I know.
Like if
Legitimately.
I feel like it's false flag.
Dude, I don't know, and quite frankly, I kind of don't care. It's
Y-
fucking. I mean, it is wild that it got close to the Kremlin. That's fucking insane. I don't know how. I don't know who.
I think the way it happened is it was a false flag, but that's just me.
A false flag. What? Nothing happened. That drone was shot
Well,
down.
they're using it as an excuse to to increase the violence, right?
A bad excuse. How it's more embarrassing for Russia. How the fuck they let a fucking drone get that close to the Kremlin? You could see the spires in the video. It like hit like a fucking flagpole or some shit. Yeah, it was fucking wild. Fucking crazy.
Oh my fucking god, bro. Well, what else you got for us before we wrap it up?
Shit, man. Not much, but I'm excited for the three of us. What was it in a few weeks doing a podcast?
I'd,
They
I'd
all
like to
aboard?
do. I'd like to do an all aboard. Yeah, 100%. Well,
Oh yeah.
I think we had an outstanding. And we're pacing ourselves, right? I think we had an outstanding first episode of Redicularious. I think it's nice to finally have Dread Pirate on the pod.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to continuing, our segment of Redicularious where we're just fucking acting like goofballs and being ridiculous. But if you could, please we're just
Dumb.
we're being cringe lords. We're being edge lords for sure. If you can, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. I think, and I want to thank
No,
all of our
don't do
subscribers.
any of that. Don't do any of that. No. No, don't like and subscribe. No. Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah.
Don't listen to Dread Pirate.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Don't do that. No.
Well,
He doesn't like you. He's lying. It's just get you to subscribe. No bullshit.
you're doing,
Don't listen to a man. Don't do it.
I'm just super thankful for all of our new subscribers and like our viewership has skyrocketed. I think the Pirate Pod is absolutely doing incredible, and I'd like to do more content like this. Dread Pirate, what do you think?
Dude, yeah, definitely. I'm hella excited for the three of us. I'm amazed that y'all are already at fucking 100 people. More than that.
We're at
Like,
180.
now, right?
Hold on, let me pull it up right now. We're almost at 200.
Damn, hell yeah. Are you guys gonna do a 200 subscriber special? Just every 100? Do it 1,000 subscribers. I think that's a good one. That's like
I think you're
that's
right.
a milestone.
Every additional digit. Yeah, we're at 188 right now. That's fucking insane, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Fucking insane.
Hell yeah.
Well, PP Boys out. PP Boys for life. And don't listen to Dread Pirate. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Oh yeah, I was surprisingly calm in this one. Next one, I'll try to get more caffeine and be a little fucking insane. So usually I'm a little crazier than this.
It's that milk. It's the milkshake you had. It's
putting me into a comatose state. Man, perhaps it is
putting you into a docile state because of all of the hormones they pump into that milkshake.
Oh yeah, it was a soy shake.
Your soy boy shake.
I was soy maxing with that milkshake there hard.
Your estrogen levels are going through the roof.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Do you feel like your test levels are lower when you do OMAD? Just out of curiosity.
My what? My test levels? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't know if I could feel that. I don't know if I could feel that in my blood. Like I wake up, I think it's a little lower right now.
All right, guys. Well, see you next time.
All right, yeah, we're gonna stop recording here. But yeah, once a week.
Once a week.
Hell yeah! All right, sounds good.
PP
all right, thank y'all,
Boys
folks. Yeah, actually, do subscribe and I'll do all that shit he was talking about. Yeah.
You little shit.
Yeah, dude, listen to me. All right, see ya.